This is Tom Norfleet with www.citizenshipquickly.com. I wanted to do a little bit of a quality of life tape here just to give you an idea, something about St. Kitts. I'm walking out here to the golf course. This is a walk I usually take each day. I wanted to tell you a little bit about that's my kitty cat too, Precious. She's a real sweet girl. Wanted to walk down here and just show you it's in June, and this time of year in June it's real nice. It never gets real hot here in St. Kitts, and the place is I grew up in North Carolina, USA, and it's very, very hot there in July. You don't get that in St. Kitts. You get, you probably hear some breeze from the video here. It's windy here all the time, which is really nice. It keeps you cool. You don't even need AC here, and you don't need heat either during the winter time. And it's really nice. It only varies maybe 5-10 degree difference from the hottest to the coldest as far as the highs and the lows for the day, depending on the season. And so you'll see like the highs in the winter and the highs of the summer are only maybe about 5 degree difference. There's not that much difference in it. But you can see the mountains here. These are nice. This is Timothy Mountain, which is close by here. Great for hiking. There's also hills on the other side called Half Moon Bay hills there, which are real nice for hiking if you like to do a lot of hiking there. Three things that I like to do here a lot, and I'm 66 years old. So I like to go hiking, swimming, and biking here, and you can do it all year round. That's the thing that's so nice here. If you like to sail, I don't do sailing, but if you like to sail, if you like, water sports, I do a lot of snorkeling. I don't do diving because of my ears and stuff, but it's great for if you got children. I can't think of a better place to bring them up. If you like really nice weather, that was one thing I liked when I was growing up. I used to love to go to the beach, but I only went 1 or 2 weeks each year. And I said, one of these days I'm gonna live in a place that has that's close to the ocean, and preferably the Caribbean, because the weather is nice all year round here. And if you like to change the seasons where you have the snow and everything, you're not going to get that here. I've never wanted that. I just never missed snow at all. I grew up with it, and I just never have missed it at all. But it's funny too, the golf course here, you can walk down, and it's not like the US. In the afternoons, it's partly owned by the government, and they're pretty good about letting people just walk. You can ride your bike. They're particularly if they've got a tournament going on, but that's it. But it's really nice for walking, biking, whatever you want to do there. Walking through these vines here. Real pretty walk through here. But I've put on other tapes before too, that one thing that's real nice about St. Kitts is there's no income tax, no estate tax, no capital gains tax. Your property taxes here run 0.20%, which runs anywhere depending on which part of New Jersey you're looking at. New Jersey runs anywhere from 13 to 15 times higher for property tax. And you can literally have $10 million worth of properties down here, and there's no income tax at all on those properties. And it's really nice for I can't overemphasize how nice it is, the weather here. Like today, it's not hot at all. We're almost in July now, And I remember it was scorching hot in July when I was living in North Carolina. And Florida's the same way too. You don't have the real hot heat here like you do in those places there. But I'm walking down and just showing you the golf course. It's got a lot of nice things about here. The golf course is very nice because it's right next to the ocean, and right now the grass is kind of dead because we've had a lot of drought in here. But if you like being in a place where it has a real libertarian environment, you won't find any place like St. Kitts. It's a real libertarian atmosphere here. I'm gonna have to walk slow going down this cliff here. You can literally walk to your grocery store if you want. It's there's 2 grocery stores in Frigate Bay. There's 2 Ram stores here, and so you really don't even need a car if you live here. And if you go to town, it's only 3 miles away. And I don't even use my car. I use my bike most of the time to exercise. But when you get to town, it's not like most major cities where if you got to go, 4 or 5 different places, you got to worry about parking. You got to worry about, stopping one place, stopping another place. You don't have that here, because what happens is you can park your car downtown or just take your bike and go run all your errands. The whole town of Basseterre, St. Kitts, is like maybe 4, 5, 6 blocks. So you can get all your stuff done in one shot. That's the thing that's neat about here. And I'll give you a little kind of a view here of the golf course. But the real estate here, like I said, in Frigate Bay, it runs anywhere. If you find something in the 400,000, it might be a real small house. We've got one house now, this on another video that I just did, that's selling for around $40 US a square foot. That's a steal. That's just under 6,000 square feet, overlooking. It's up high, overlooking the ocean, and it's got just incredible views. And that's back here over those houses on the hills up above. Real nice views there. That just came on the market, and you got to remember the property tax is like 0.20 of whatever percentage was, which is like 13 to 15 times less than New Jersey. And that's with an exclusion around 30,000 US comes off the top before you figure in the 0.20%. So you can take your properties now and multiply 0.20%, and then you get a deduction of 30,000 off each property, roughly US, and you can figure out what those properties would be worth, what you would end up paying in property taxes down here. And then any sort of rentals that you got here, let's say you got 40 rental properties in the US or Canada or Germany or wherever, and you figure out the property tax you got to pay there, and then just multiply 0.20% times that figure, and then subtract that from what you're paying in property taxes where you're at, and you can see how much you would save just in property taxes, not including income taxes. Now, to detax yourself from the place that you're at, most countries tax worldwide income. So what you're going to have to do, if you live in high-tax Germany, France, or any of these countries, you're going to have to get out of your tax obligation there residency-wise, because those countries tax worldwide income to its residents. The U.S. taxes worldwide based on residency and citizenship. So if you fill any one of those qualifications, you would have to, if you're a citizen, you would have to relinquish. If you're not a citizen, but you reside, you would have to get up your green card unless you had a non-immigrant visa, and then they test you based on a substantial presence test in the U.S. to see if you hit, roughly, it's a little over 120 days a year. If you exceed that, then you could be taxed on your worldwide income. So you've got to de-tax yourself. We can help you with that. If you go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, you'll get a lot of information on real estate, details on how to save on taxes, the foreign overseas exclusion with the U.S. Yeah, you can still keep your citizenship, live down here, use the foreign overseas exclusion, and exclude. It's over 105,000 now. It's 105,000 per person, husband and wife per person, but that has now it goes up every year. It'll go up from 2020, and then it will go up. It has gone up every year thereafter, which it will probably continue to do. So you can keep your citizenship, use the foreign overseas exclusion, and if you set up a foreign corporation and get that foreign corporation to pay you, you can get around the Social Security and your other taxes dealing with Social Security there. So, but what you would have to do is, see, a foreign corporation wouldn't be liable to have to pay for that because you're employed by a foreign corporation. Now, if you just go outside of a foreign corporation and you're just working for yourself under your name, that's different. You would still have to pay the FICA taxes, but the way you get around it is set up a foreign corporation, and the foreign corporation pays you your salary, and that's how you get around that. So, but if you ever decide to relinquish your U.S. citizenship, there's no exclude. You know, you can exclude. You have no more U.S. obligations once it's relinquished. Unless the law changes. So, and any other portion for that year that you relinquish, you would still owe for that portion of the year that you got out of it. We've got videos that go a lot in detail on this. You can go on our website, like I said, and you can pick up more information on that. But one thing that's nice here is if you want to get citizenship, you can get it in 4 months. And that's nice. If you're wanting to, the good thing about citizenship here is you can participate in setting up businesses without a hassle. You can come here and buy a property that's $300,000 or more US, and you can qualify for permanent residency without the right to work. That's the key there, is you can't work. Now you can set up your own business, but you're going to have to get permission from the government to do it, and more than likely you're going to have to hire locals to qualify for that. If you get citizenship, you don't have to do that. It can just be you and your wife, or just you. And if you want to hire employees, you can do that. You're not obligated. You're just like any other citizen. So what it does is it gives you the right to have a lot more flexibility. In fact, paying employees that you don't need to hire just to live down here tax-free, you'd probably be better off just getting citizenship. Plus, you can buy properties anywhere in St. Kitts and avoid the land alienholding license, which is 10% when you buy a property. So now you can buy properties, like I said, in Frigate Bay, which is the area I'm in now, the Southeast Peninsula, or any of the citizenship areas, and you can avoid the land alienholding license of 10% when you buy a property. If you buy outside of those areas and you're not a citizen, you would have to pay that land alienholding license. And that 10% alone can pay for your citizenship. That's the big key. And plus it gives you a lot more flexibility in working here and doing a lot of things that you want to do. You don't have hang-ups. And I'll tell you, there are certain businesses, if you're not a citizen of St. Kitts, they will bar you out from doing. One of them is the real estate business. There are other businesses too, but you have to be a citizen. And it doesn't mean you can't come down here and set up your own business, but there are businesses that are excluded unless you are a citizen, and you can get that in 4 months. You would have to buy a property that's equal to at least 200,000 US, which would be a fractional shared unit or fractional of a hotel, or you can buy a full unit that's 400,000. The full unit, you could sell it in 5 years. The fractional, you'd have to hold it. That's the one that's 200,000. You'd have to hold it for 7 years. The problem is, I would advise people don't buy a fractional unit. Fractional units are very difficult to resell. It's like basic time sharing. I've told people over and over again to stay away from them. It's going to be very difficult to make money on them. You want to buy a property that you own yourself, and it's not a fraction that you own of that title. This is the Marriott, by the way, too. It actually was built in 2003, I think it was. About November of 2003, I think it was finished. And it's real funny because hardly anybody even knew what St. Kitts was back then. Once the Marriott was built here and you had slews of people coming down, then people really started buying here. A lot of people, you'd be surprised, they've never even heard of St. Kitts, or if they have, they don't even know where it's located. But that's good, because when everybody starts finding out about this place, you're going to see the prices go through the roof. This is what happened with every single tax haven. Cayman Islands it happened to Caymans, Bermuda, Bahamas, places like the British Virgin Islands, places like Turks and Caicos. But the thing is, you can't get citizenship in any of those places in 4 months. Some of them, it will take you 15 or 20 years to get it. The Caymans is probably the quickest, but you're looking at least probably around 6 to 7 years. And they don't have a citizenship by investment. They have a residency by investment program, but you have to invest almost $1 million to get in that program, and it takes you years to get the passport. And then when you get the passport and you live there, Caymans is very expensive on food and everything. St. Kitts is a lot cheaper on their food prices. That's the key thing. It's a lot cheaper to live here. Okay, now this is a citizenship commercial unit I wanted to show you today. This is a new unit that came out. There was a shortage of commercial property that was here in Frigate Bay, and they needed to put up some, new commercial units. And Royal St. Kitts Hotel, you can see back there. This is a part of the hotel there. But if you're looking for units that are commercial, now they do sell these units as full units or fractional. I would buy them as full units if you're going to do it, though. And
I forget your name, but I love your YouTube videos. I've been watching them online. So you're the
Roger, hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Quickly.com, right?
Yeah, I'll put you on here.
Yeah, I love it. Subscribe to this channel. It's fantastic. Lots of great information about St. Kitts. Visit citizenshipquickly.com to learn more how you can become a citizen here in St. Kitts as well.
Good to see you, man.
You as well. What was your name again?
Tom Norfleet.
Tom, very nice to meet you.
This is Roger Ver.
That's right. I love your videos. I've been watching them online.
Appreciate it. We'll be putting this one up probably tonight.
Fantastic. I'll be watching you later tonight in that case.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate your help. Thanks. Take care. That was Roger Ver. He's one of the people that started off in Bitcoin. He actually was surprised to see him drive by. That was not planned. But anyway, he was one of the early investors with Bitcoin, and he lives down here too. And this is a great place to live. It's eventually a lot of people are going to find out about this place. They just don't know about it, and it's a fantastic place to live. It's got so many things. If you're a true libertarian like he, and I'm also a big libertarian too, this is a great place to to live, buy property, and like I say, how many places can you live and have buy tons of properties that are that you don't have to pay any income tax on it, no capital gains tax, no estate or inheritance taxes. It's very difficult to find. Well, my store is closed, but that's good. I still was able to make a video here. I guess they're closing a little bit early because of the coronavirus. While we're on the coronavirus, I might want to just tell you that St. Kitts has had 0 deaths. So if you're scared of the coronavirus, if you want a place that you probably know that you're probably never going to get it, is come to St. Kitts. We've had 0 deaths from the coronavirus. The government was real keen. They closed down the ships. They closed down all of the flights, and they did it really quick. There were only, I think, about 15 that tested positive, and to my knowledge, was nobody on the respirator. I mean, this is when you have 0 deaths, that's incredible. But that's the type of country you can manage things and do things a lot quicker and easier by by having a small country with a small population. And St. Kitts has had had really good results from that. Anyway, if you've got any questions or comments, if you'll put them down, and I'll be glad to get back with you as soon as I can. Also, if you want new videos as they come out, hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen here. You get new videos automatically when they come out to you. And also, we don't just deal with St. Kitts. We deal with about 74 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries. And they're all over the world. I like St. Kitts because it checks all the boxes. You know, I don't do this just for promotion. I do it because I like St. Kitts because it's English speaking. You know, I lived in Panama for a while, and Panama it's a nice country, but I'll tell you something, you'll go through hell trying to learn the language. I'm not good at learning languages. I like English speaking. It takes 10 times longer to get things done if you don't know the language. Just going and trying to solve a utility bill problem or just anything. You know, you got to find somebody that speaks English if you can't do it fluently. Here, everybody speaks English. That's the great thing about this place. So, if you want another country, we deal with Lithuania, we deal with Singapore, we deal with all of them. But if you look at our other videos too, you'll see a comparison. We just did one on Singapore and also St. Kitts, a comparison of those countries. We also did one on Paraguay. We did one on Panama and Belize as a comparison on that. And I gave my opinion which one I thought was better and why I thought it was better, so you can look at that and then go from there. And I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Take care. Bye.